Welcome. Samson's take. Corruption. Why 82% suffer economic hardships. I wrote my take last week, sitting in the first anniversary lecture of my friend Akoto Ampal. The deep thinker, Professor Kwesi Prempeh, delivered the paper on the theme, The Problems of Democracy in the Fourth Republic. He was as thought-provoking as the discussants, including Professor Georgie Chikata and Suleiman Abrahima, who joined him on the topic, The Crisis of Citizenship in Contemporary Ghanaian Democracy, Lessons from the Life and Times of the late Anthony Akoto Ampal. I wrote today's take, listening to Professor Stephen Adai and others at the 25th anniversary event of the Ghana Integrity Initiative, GII. That's the local chapter of Global Watchdog, Transparency International. I was inspired to conclude that three things hold back the progress of this beautiful country and endanger its peace. One, extreme partisanship of the NDC-NPP duopoly that divides even tribes and families. Two, corruption, especially grand corruption that enriches the few and impoverishes the majority in a country rich in gold, cocoa, and oil. And three, the indiscipline that allows reckless and unlicensed driving and the galamsey to thrive in the face of laws against it. In 2023, just last year, 87% of citizens were of the view that Ghana was badly managed. Today, by the latest Afrobarometer survey, 82% believe the country is headed in the wrong direction. The report highlights current economic hardships, with 82% of respondents saying they have experienced some level of poverty over the past year, a stark increase from just 19% in 2017. Mark that. 7 out of 10 Ghanaians have gone without cash income at least once in the past year, while many face shortages in essential services like medical, access to water, food, and cooking fuel. 74% believe the corruption situation has gotten worse. They have seen millions of dollars in people's bedrooms, and those people are not subject for prosecution. The defense of the president. Professor Adai insists widespread corruption in high public office is no longer a matter of perception, but reality. He invites us to look at the cost of primary elections alone when the parties are doing their internal elections. Remember, just 2022, CDD did a survey that showed that you need as much as whopping $100 million US to prosecute a successful presidential campaign. Where do they get that money from? MPs need in excess of 4 million Ghana cedis. Professor Adai thinks this amount would have doubled by now. They don't get that money from space. They get it from right here, from your taxes. They steal it. He indicts those involved for damaging or demanding bribes. He is sad worried that the institutions set up to fight corruption are themselves very corrupt. Yeah, the survey shows the lack of trust. The executive, parliament, and the judiciary. For Professor Adai, corruption is not receding Because leaders don't mean it when they say they are committed to fighting it. From zero tolerance, to corruption is mass murder and must be punished as such. He believes we may now be dealing with double or more the $3 billion figure on record as the amount that is unaccounted for each year in this country. $3 billion. We went to the IMF for how much? He joins the Ghana Integrity Initiative and Ghana Anti-Corruption Coalition's years of campaign to adopt the civil law reverse burden of proof for corruption. The need, including for rules, as advanced by Shraj Commissioner Dr. Joseph Withal, so that all that is required is for people accused of acquiring wealth beyond their means to be the ones to prove that they got the wealth by legitimate means, not the one making the accusation proving it. Next week, I hope to elaborate on the long-standing proposed approach to implementing the unexplained wealth provisions in Chapter 24 of the 1992 Constitution and why the current Conduct of Public Officers Bill must not pass if assets declared will not be subject to verification and publication, and if prosecution for offenses under it will not be by the OSP but the often complicit Attorney General's Department. What a sham we are up to. And that is my take.